Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is finally here. It's the game that so many Nintendo fans have been waiting for since the Switch launched back in March of 2017. Smash Bros. Is that miracle of a gaming franchise that pulls together characters from some of the biggest and most beloved game franchises of all time, and yet it somehow manages to be true to each of the characters while allowing them to act alongside all the other characters in believable ways, no matter how different the characters may be. And all the playable characters from every previous game are back, and there's a few new additions. Splatoon's Inklings are here, as is Ridley from Metroid, King K. Rool from Donkey Kong, Isabelle from Animal Crossing, Simon Belmont from Castlevania, and a handful of Echo Fighters. And let's just get it out of the way, Smash Bros. Ultimate is great. It's still the most accessible fighter out there, the controls are simple and intuitive, and having each character's moveset involve the same inputs makes it easy for anyone to pick up and play. Having things like shielding, dodging, and grab moves adds just enough complexity to the mix to keep the competitive scene happy. But there are a few frustrations here that keep Smash Bros. Ultimate from being a perfect game. Firstly, there's the controversial decision to lock away most of the characters until you grind through enough fights for a new fighter to challenge you. If you're a solo player or someone just playing casually with friends locally, this probably won't bother you too much, and it may even keep you playing longer than you would have otherwise. But it's still frustrating if you just wanted to play as one of the new characters because they may not show up for hours. For the competitive Smash players, not having the full roster to choose from right from the start is a frustration that'll keep them from being able to practice or challenge other players online until they finally unlock the right character. Then there's the new Spirit system that's a clever way to incorporate characters that couldn't make it into the game as fully playable characters, but the system overall adds a level of complexity that'll turn off both casual players and hardcore competitive players, both of whom tend to prefer no-frills player versus player fights. The Spirit system is one that you'll likely begrudgingly deal with during Smash's new adventure mode called World of Light, and then never use again. That new World of Light mode is an interesting addition, but it's also a bit of a mixed bag. On the one hand, it's got some clever design in terms of the overworld that mimics the map layouts of games like Donkey Kong Country, Street Fighter, and Star Fox. Also, all the stages themselves are based on using the game's assets to evoke the spirit of another fighter that isn't actually in the game. For instance, the battle against the Snorlax pits you against a giant King K. Rool that doesn't move, and the fight against Rivali from Breath of the Wild is a fight against Falco from Star Fox. Yet that leads me to some of the frustrations behind this mode. I wanted to play as King K. Rool during this mode, but he was nowhere to be found. In fact, unless you like characters like Kirby and Mario who are available pretty early on, you'll be stuck playing characters you don't enjoy or aren't very good with, at least until you unlock a character you prefer. The stages of World of Light get very repetitive after a while as well, and eventually you'll realize the spirits and the support spirits you're unlocking are fairly limited in scope. Sure, the characters on the cards are different, but the effects are the same as ones you've unlocked hours ago. By the time you put in a few hours, you'll start seeing duplicate effects because there are only so many types available. Worse yet, there can be intense difficulty spikes from stage to stage. You might breeze through 3 stages in a row, clearing them in seconds, only to get stuck on one that seems impossible to complete. Not all the stages need to be completed in order to continue advancing through World of Light, but these difficulty spikes will surely frustrate anyone hoping for 100% completion. And completion of World of Light will take a long time. I felt like I'd played it for ages and was ready to be done with it, only to see that there was still a sizable portion of the world map yet to be explored. The other kind of underwhelming thing about World of Light, which is something that I'm admittedly projecting onto it, is that the opening animation seemed to indicate that we might be getting an actual story mode complete with cutscenes. Who wouldn't want to see some cutscenes in which Kirby frees Mario and the two join forces and free the rest of the roster to join forces against the main villain? Sure, they'd have to use subtitles probably instead of fully voiced cutscenes, but the potential for fun and fan-servicey moments boggles my mind. But instead, the intro cutscene is about all you get. Nevertheless, the World of Light mode does still offer plenty of playtime and some degree of challenge. Anyone who doesn't plan on playing the game competitively will probably appreciate the amount of content it offers. Additionally, there is a classic mode that you can complete with every character, and there are plenty of other modes that keep things fresh when playing locally with your friends. However, it should be mentioned that people looking to play the game online have had connectivity and lag issues. It isn't necessarily affecting everyone, nor is it necessarily a consistent problem, so your mileage may vary. When it comes down to it, all the gripes I could find in the game are relatively minor considering how well put together the game is and how long people will be playing it. Also, the Vault allows you to build playlists of your favorite songs from all your favorite games so you can take your Switch with you and use it as a music player. Personally, I'm looking forward to when Joker is released as the first DLC character so that we can get some Persona 5 songs in this game. Anyway, thanks for watching, give this a video a like if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you thought of the latest Smash Brothers in the comments. And I'll catch you on the next one.